Are WWE making another Bloodline change? An AEW star is seemingly returning to the company, and we've got WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble future plans. Time for the news. So a fun little bit of trademark news to kick things off. WWE filing an interesting trademark over the last few days. It's just been picked up upon. Caesar Sokoa. They registered that in the entertainment services class, which is the class that they use for performers. Yeah. What do we make of this, Samuel?
I think a lot of people immediately jump to the fact it's of course Solo Sikoa. You've got the tie to Roman Reigns,
Roman Caesar, Julius Caesar, Julius Creed, the band Creed.
Oh, Scott Stapp return, massive. But yeah, I think there's of course the other camp as well. There's a lot of people thinking it could also be a debut in Jacob Fatu, who was I believe pulled from WrestleMania weekend duties at a bunch of indies after signing with WWE. But there's been no word about as and when he's going to pop up. There's also the chance it could be Hikuleo as well, who apparently is on his way to WWE also.
But they did register Tala Tonga as well.
Yeah.
Taller Tonga.
Taller Tonga, because he is well tall.
Because he is well tall.
I think his name is actually like Towler as well. So
okay, right.
It fits, but he is tall. So it's all wheels within wheels.
It is, isn't it? Caesar Sokoa. I think it's probably just going to end up being a nickname for Solo.
Or a salad that they sell at the merch bar.
There you go. Merch. Anyway, make your own minds up. We'll keep you updated on that, obviously. We've got an update on a returning AEW star. After his surprise return during the Casino Gauntlet match a few weeks ago, it seems like Lio Rush is back in the mix in AEW on a more permanent basis. Got an update from Fightful on this. They say that they haven't confirmed that Rush has signed with AEW again, but is expected to be a regular with them as things stand. He was factored into the most recent intro that aired on AEW Collision. Obviously, he was part of that 8-man tag there. And has creative plans moving forward as well. Sean Ross Sapp was told that Leo made a positive impression towards his return and spoke interpersonally with Tony Khan. He's had a bit of a weird career, has Lio Rush.
Yeah, I'm happy that this sounds like it's something quite permanent. It sounds like it's something quite good, like a little bit more fixed, because we had obviously his run with WWE. It sort of, that felt a bit stop-start, and then he left there, and then it was like, I'm done. He did AEW, went to New Japan for a little bit, and then he's back with AEW, and then he left again, and it's sort of, he's going for like record levels of retirement.
He's the modern day Terry Funk, is what Lio Rush is doing. So it is worth noting there once again that they've not confirmed that he signed with AEW, but will be working with them for the foreseeable future at least. But it wouldn't surprise me if he has indeed signed with them.
He's somebody who I think he's an incredibly dynamic performer. He's somebody who's very exciting to watch, and I think if you get him in the right program, you put the right people around him. Yes, we had that weird time where Bobby Lashley was patting his ass, but I think he worked well in that sort of role.
He was good, yeah, he was.
If he could have wrestled more while in that role, I think that would have been fantastic. So I think if you let him run his mouth a bit, unbelievable.
Great trash talker.
Back it up, like absolutely unreal.
For sure.
I'd take him over someone like a TJ Perkins like a million times over any day of the week.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah. It's horrible to say, but like I feel like Lio Rush is more exciting.
Yeah, like 7-8 years ago, maybe people were talking about Lio Rush being like the guy, the cruiserweight guy.
Yeah,
like he was going to sort of revolutionize that stuff, and the stuff that he can do in the ring is really crazy, impressive.
Some of the springboard stuff I remember.
Like, mental. Man. But he's. As I say, he's had a very, very weird career path, and I think staying in one place for a reasonable amount of time would certainly help Lio Rush and his legacy out. We move back over to WWE now. They are planning a major NXT
a major NXT
a major NXT event with NXT set to debut on the CW this October. PW Insider reporting that WWE are looking to go big on it. The quote here is, there have been early plans made for that premiere episode to emanate outside of the WWE Performance Center in Orlando and be held on the road in a major arena. WWE and CW are seeking to approach that first episode, which will be the very first time the brand has been broadcast or has broadcast television exposure as a major event. One source compared it to early NXT takeovers in terms of its overall importance to the NXT brand.
I think it makes sense. We're getting to a point where NXT, it's more popular now than I think it's been for an incredibly long time.
They're picking up, aren't they?
I think it's just picking up steam to the point where we should really be seeing some more bigger shows. I don't know if you want that constantly. You might want to find venues if it is going to tour that are about the size or if a little bit bigger than the is it Full Sail they're still at. Because it's just a case of, I think that atmosphere does a lot for the program, but I think you do need to be looking at, stepping out and maybe taking it on the road and proving that a third brand can tour.
I think it's handy because these performance center shows, you get
PC, isn't it? Yeah.
You get the regular people going week in, week out, and they're really hot for the product, but they will be hotter elsewhere, I imagine, because you get a little bit spoiled after a while, don't you? You get to see your favorite, your NXT on the weekly.
But you forget, right? We've got that front row of fans. We've got green shirt guy. We had the Ghoul for a while, Brock Lesnar guy. How are we going to find the next generation of WWE super fans if we're changing the fans in the audience every week?
I agree.
That's what NXT is really about.
Ross is just going to need to follow them everywhere. Ross needs to be that new fan in the front row, doesn't he? I tell you what, I watched NXT this week, and I don't watch it every week, but I watched it because I did the podcast this week, and it's just a good laugh.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's really fun.
Really fun.
It really is. And I think one thing that Shawn Michaels is doing, because he's so young and trendy, is appealing to Gen Z spectacularly well, right?
He is.
No other wrestling brand does it as well as Shawn Michaels is doing it now. And you know what? The demographics speak for themselves. Previously, NXT, the sort of mean average age was around the 60 mark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now younger people are starting to watch. It's working.
Do you know what I'm wondering here is, what are NWA going to do? They've got to be like the meme going, no.
Right.
Because they're on CW, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I this is going to be quite interesting. But also just looking at where, they've apparently been told that several different markets have been discussed for this CW debut taping. Chicago is apparently the most prominently mentioned. And this is also the home of the headquarters for Nexstar Media, who own CW.
So they don't have to travel. The execs can come. They just cross the road.
Just cross the road and kind of go, oh, this is our thing. So yeah.
If you're doing it there, stick Punk on there.
Yeah, it makes sense. Load the card up a bit, make it a bit more exciting, but not overshadowing. We need some big NXT standout moments running through it.
Use the bigger names to enhance the NXT talent, like they did on that big special episode where they had like Taker, Asuka, all those. So we'll keep you updated on that as well. We finish off with future WWE Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam plans. WrestleVotes tweeting, they've been told that WWE and the Indiana Sports Corporation, Corporation, that will be Corp, are nearing a multi-event deal starting with the 2025 Royal Rumble at Lucas Oil Stadium on Saturday, February 1st, 2025. In addition, the deal is likely to include future WrestleMania and SummerSlam, which would both take place at Lucas Oil Stadium. I don't know anything about Lucas Oil Stadium, but I've got some notes here.
It looks like a giant warehouse.
Sounds
with
fancy.
an openable roof. It's proper mental. It looks like something you'd see down. Like something you'd see down the side of the docks. But it's a massive stadium.
Okay, right. It is the home of the NFL's Indianapolis Colts since 2008.
Still the Baltimore Colts to me.
It hosted a Super Bowl, an NCAA basketball Final Four in the past. Taylor Swift, Pink playing there this summer. Kenny Chesney,
my favorite. Big
I
Ches.
am the one.
That's the one, yeah?
Is it? No,
that's
Chesney Hawk. He's done a few gigs there as well. And also Chelsea faced Inter Milan there in 2013. Chelsea Green picking up the win in that one. Anyway, recently WWE confirmed, of course, that Las Vegas is going to be the host city for WrestleMania in 2025. And Minneapolis is the host of the first two-night SummerSlam in 2026. We don't know.
Because, mark my words, we're going to be out in the desert, out towards Saudi Arabia for Mania, aren't we? I feel that's going to happen.
I think it's either going to be a regular thing, and the SummerSlam is going to be two nights as well, because there's a lot more money to be made, and ticket sales are great at the moment. Or it is a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania, and so to give the fans a big event, two-night event.
Every other event's going to be two nights. All the Raws are two nights, all the SmackDown. As long as it happens in America, it's two nights. I think the big takeaway here, though, is the fact that this is probably the first time we've seen a city go to WWE and go, we want multiple. I know that LA had a deal over, was it SummerSlam back-to-back, I think a couple of times. That was like around 2016, 2017. You had like a back-to-back SummerSlam, I think, in a major city. But it's one of those where if it's not proof of how popular wrestling's becoming and how much people see value in WWE as a company, that you have a city like Indianapolis going, hey, we don't just want one, we want three.
Yeah,
we want to buy them now, we want to pay you up front, and it's done, right?
Saudi Arabia deal aside, it's the first like multi-big event deal, package that I can think of in recent times anyway. So yeah, looking forward to that one. We're going to give a quick plug to Burning Heart Pro Wrestling. Tom's re-announcing tonight Tickets still available.
Yes.
You can check out Burning Heart PW
Hell of a
on
lineup as well.
Really good.
Yeah.
Henry's there, grizzled young vets.
Makes the
Obviously,
building
just have a look at
shake.
the poster. It's amazing. There's some pictures behind us right now. Look at all them stars and Tom Campbell, so you can check them out there as well. We might be back for a third news video, depending on how busy today is. If not, we'll see you when we see you, which is tomorrow. Me and you on the news tomorrow.
Oh, look.
See you in a bit. Bye.